Good afternoon, guys. It's Open Reality here. I don't have any verses or chapters to read this time. Just a quick reminder. Just to more or less, God answers prayers. That's where I'm going with this. I was playing one of my video games. I like to play video games. Have PTSD from being deployed to Afghanistan 2008, 2009. I recall playing video games when I was a child with my brother and my sister, and I remember better times of my life. And so I tend to latch on to that really hard with a very bad escapism tendencies. That being said, during my gaming days, about 20-ish years ago, there's a game I liked. It was called God of War, and all of them, I stopped liking it after God of War Ascension. But the first three or five, were really more or less my favorite kind of games. I loved those games. I could resonate with the character. I saw myself in many ways as that character. Looking back now as a changed man, how God has brought me back to Him 4 years ago, I recently tried playing God of War 3 again, and I just broke down. I just couldn't stomach the character anymore. And I reflected upon my own life and what happened in my own life and how God has changed me. And I thought about I've been going through my own personal issues recently again, dealing with PTSD and depression and anxiety again. And I was just thinking to myself and praying, and as I'm playing another game that I've come to like, either Rad or Carmageddon Rogue Shift. I was just wondering if I really truly changed. And then I hear news that Sony's going to have their PlayStation State of Play. They're trying to reflect Nintendo's Direct. It's funny how Sony tries to mimic Nintendo in more ways than one. But they're going to make their next, air quotes, God of War game. Not only is it going to be a side-scrolling, whatever, Metroidvania style thing, but they're going to release it to the Switch too, which is like, okay, they don't directly own God of War. I think it's Santa Monica Studios, and last I checked, Santa Monica Studios isn't directly owned by God of War by Sony, so they can do that. I don't think I'll get the game. It's a first where I'm aware of the possibility of a game coming out, and I'm not so sure I'm gonna get that game. It's just those days are behind me. It's one of those kind of how I felt with Kingdom Hearts. I loved Kingdom Hearts. It was a really wonderful game series. I liked one, Birth by Sleep, two, and I think there's the card-based thing, Chain of Memories or whatever. I love those games. I didn't like their newer things, and it's like, yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts. I did end up playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and there's only one level in Kingdom Hearts 3 that I enjoyed. And that's just because I needed a pirate fix. And there's a level where you can mimic playing as Jack Sparrow in the pirate ship and going against all the little heartless pirate ships, going around one little spit of ocean and just going around, going to town. And that's really the best part of the game. I also played the Birth by Sleep, whatever, 2 point, whatever. The little in between Birth by Sleep and God of War or Kingdom Hearts 3. Anyways, but my styles, my likings have changed. With the things that I used to like. Now I like things like there's a game I'm currently playing now, which kind of reminisces the 80s in a different way. It's called Rad. And there's a post-apocalyptic setting, and it kind of reminds me of, what's that game? Gauntlet Legends Dark Legacy. It was a good PS2 game, and the narrator was had a very deep, booming voice, and you always felt like you were part of the story, and all filled with the 80s cheese and how booming the voice was, and it was great. And well, in this game, you have all sorts of the cassette tapes and laser discs are the monetary currency, and floppy disks. I think either the 3.5 or the 2.5, whatever. Floppy disks are the keys to unlock treasure chests, which is kind of funny. And you mutate and kind of like X-Men in a way, because I think X-Men came out in the mid to late 80s. But anyways, it's just filled with 80s cheese, and it's procedurally generated. So at any time you were to die, you respawn in a new layout of the world, and it's a lot of fun. But my point is, God answers prayers. Because I was thinking to myself, did I really change? Is there anything that has changed in my life? And then when I hear about that, and I now regret ever liking that in the first place, because that's not at all what drew me to that game in the first place. Because I have different interests now. I've changed my same with more changes. TV has changed. It's gone downhill fast. For the past 20 years, it's been nothing but garbage. And for the past 20 years, I've been hunkering down on more video games that I enjoy, good, bad, or indifferent. I just would rather spend my time playing video games or whatever. And that's okay. It just, things change. We just, there's things to focus on, things that are good, things that are pure, of good repute, beautiful and wholesome, that we should dwell on. That's what God encourages us to think about. And that's what I'm striving to do. I'm not the best at doing that, naturally. I don't think any of us are, but as long as we're making an effort to do that and follow God in whatever we do, that's where our blessing will be, as long as we try to strive to follow Him. Anyways, I wasn't going to make like I said, I wasn't going to read a chapter or anything, but it's just something to take note on in my own life. And so that's why I made this video. So I'm going to pray now and wish you guys a wonderful afternoon. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day you set before us. Thank you for all that you've done, your mercies, your grace, your forgiveness, Lord. How you're willing to put up with us, Lord, and comfort us when we feel all alone and by ourselves. Be with those who need you, Lord. Be with all of us, Lord. In your name I praise you, Lord. Amen.